How you doing?
We here. We are here to shed some light on my nigga Nas.
Mind y'all, this review was not supposed to have been today, honestly. But fuck it. Mhm. But fuck it. It's Nas and Hit Boy, man. Shit. Excuse me. Alright, let me share this thumbnail.
Y'all niggas is crazy, man. I don't know what people talking about. Y'all tripping.
What people talking about the album?
Yeah.
What they
People
saying?
don't like it. People don't like it. BJ, get your black ass on here. You need to be on here because he's talking all this craziness. Like, y'all are crazy.
Everybody just wants an Illmatic 2 at this point. I'm just
Y'all,
like,
he is
no.
making the
Can we
best
just
music of his career.
respect
What more do
Illmatic
y'all
for
want?
this?
He can't go back to how it was. He's no longer in Queensbridge. Just like Jay-Z is no longer in Marcy Projects. Y'all want them to go back to the 90s. You know how we got here to 50 years? Elevation, evolution of this genre.
Exactly.
I don't understand why it's so hard for people to figure that out.
Oh, BJ's on the chat? Oh, shit.
Get in here. Send him the link. His ass need to be on here.
Yo,
Stop
BJ, come
ducking
on,
us.
man.
He keeps saying, "Oh, he's making." You're not making no channel. You could barely come on here. It's growing on you. It should have been growing on you from the first listen. There might be like one song on here that I don't like. Everything else, I don't know. I don't know
Same.
what these hip hop heads want. What do you all want from him? To work with Primo? You trust Primo at this point? I don't. I don't. I don't trust Pete Rock either. Get on here. I don't want to hear no. Oh, he was right. Try. Get on here. You had a lot to say in the group chat.
Nah, but for if you wants the link, man, I'm gonna send it to him.
He's always welcome on here. We don't need to ask him officially. You're always welcome on here.
Yeah.
I don't know what these people want. People saying it's trash. They don't like it. I'm like, yo, I don't know what y'all been listening to, man. Y'all want him to make a album like Griselda. He's not West Side Gun and Conway. That's not him. That ain't for everybody. Holy shit. I've never seen this much hate for a Nas album in years. I'm trying to think of the last Nas album that got this much hate.
Maybe Nasir.
Nasir, maybe that. But there's people that still like that. And I thought that was garbage.
There was like 2 good songs on that one.
And think about where Kanye West was during that time. Still with the Kardashians. He was went away to Wyoming, did 5 albums, and he gave the best shit to Pusha T, to Tiana Taylor, which I'm not a fan of, and I still thought her album was better. Gave heat to Kid Cudi. You know what I'm saying? And he gave Nas the shitty tracks. But people love that album. But when it comes to this album, people shitting on it. I don't get that.
That's the gag.
That wasn't even Kanye in his prime. Give me like Kanye in his prime was like back when College Dropout came out. We don't worry about Emeka. We talking about having you on here. I'm gonna send Emeka the link. We're talking about having you on here. I already know how Emeka feel about it. You have your own brain. If Emeka don't like it, that's him.
We're gonna start in about 6 more minutes, all right?
Yeah.
because I got a lot of shit to do tonight myself.
I don't care about Van Halen. Screw Van Halen. This is about Nas. This is Nas night.
I didn't just. I
Reggie
have a
don't
lot of
want to care
shit.
about Van Halen. I don't care about Van Halen. This is Nas. I didn't even listen to the Van Halen album. This is Nas. I care about this album because there's so much hate going on for this album. I mean, shit, he ain't even singing on here. Y'all act like this dude pulled a Drake or something.
It's one of the best albums of the year, honestly.
He ain't singing on here. They for some reason that people don't like it. Do not understand that, B. Gervais, what's good? Tell me you like the album because everybody else don't. I don't know what they want from Nas. It's like he's not working with Primo. He's not singing. It's a problem.
Because everyone wants that Nas and Primo joint, and I'm just like,
At this
look.
point, I don't want it because Primo not even Primo no more like that. That should have happened in the 90s or early 2000s, not now. This man is making the best music at 50 years old, and people still have an issue with that. Well, name me another 90s artist that's 50 years old and dropping heat like Nas. I'll wait. Because LL Cool J ain't doing it. 50 Cent ain't doing it. Cameron ain't doing it. Fabulous ain't doing it. Cool G Rap ain't doing it. Name me somebody else at 50 years old right now dropping heat like Nas. You can't. He is making the best quality music at 50 years old right now in this era. Busta Rhymes is not doing that. He came up with one album since when it was 2020.
yeah,
That's it. It's not Busta. It's not Busta. He came up with one album since then. Jay ain't dropped an album since 444. Again, Jada, it's not Jada. Hell no. It's not Jada. You can't tell me that you like Ignatius over the shit that Nas is dropping right now with Hit Boy. No way. It's definitely not Fab. It's not Snoop.
oh hell no.
I will wait. Name me an artist right now from the 90s that's dropping quality music like Nas. AZ still got it, but I think Nas is making better music than AZ. It's not Ray.
I like Do or Die too, honestly. I'm not gonna hold
It's
you.
not Ray. No, Do or Die 2 was dope. It's not Ray. It's not Ray.
I'm about to send Kavase the link.
And name me. I'm still waiting for the artist. Y'all can't name me the artist because it's nobody. It's not Ghost. Ghost ain't drop an album in how long? This man he's in his second career right now. His second coming of Nas. This is it right here. The best music at 50 years old. Nobody else is doing that in rap. KRS? No. KRS is still dropping music. You know what I mean? It's good.
I love KRS, but I'm gonna be real. He kind of fell off.
It's not KRS.
Some of his
No. You're fishing. It's definitely not Eminem. Fuck no. I don't like none of Eminem shit now.
Eminem,
and I love Eminem, but nah, hell no, not better than Nas.
Absolutely not. Okay, man. So peace, y'all. What's good? What's good?
Name me an artist from the 90s that's dropping quality music like Nas. There is nobody. It's not Black Thought. Black Thought had one good solo album and that was Cheat Codes. I didn't like none of that other shit that he dropped.
Better than Nas, there's nobody. I agree with
There is
that.
nobody. This man is one of a kind. He is dropping his best shit since the 90s, as far as I'm concerned. Since Stillmatic. It's not even a debate. You can't tell me with a straight face that y'all think hip hop is dead and Untitled and Street Disciple and Nasir was better than the shit he dropping with Boy. Come on now.
I do have a theory though. I have a theory of why I think people, and it's what's the word? Is it subconsciously? I think it's subconscious. I have a theory of why people do not like this album.
Why do they like
it?
Why?
And I'm not saying I do not like this album. If y'all know me, I'm a Nas fan. He's my top 3. He's my number 1. You know, but I feel like people subconsciously don't like it because if you listen to the album, it's just a lot of verses, hot verses at that. Like he's spitting bars, but it's just verses. Yeah. But there's no song structure on like 99% of the songs. There's no song structure, so that means there's really no hooks that can lure you into the song.
At what point in Nas's career did anybody say this Nas album is whack because he don't have a chorus?
No, but I'm saying this is subconsciously. Like you might not even notice like this is the issue, but it is because when I'm listening to it, I'm like, damn, he's spitting on this, but I'm not really registering with these songs like I am with his other albums.
Always done that. If you listen to I Give You Power, there was no chorus on that.
No, I mean,
listen to Rewind. There was no chorus on that.
He has songs like that.
I Give You Power did have a chorus. How You Like Me Now? I Go Loud.
Yeah, but
he did have.
But nobody was thinking that like, oh, this is a dope song because there's a chorus. Who thinks like that? That's mainstream shit.
Nah. I'm serious. Like, listen. What's everybody's favorite song on this album?
We'll talk about that.
I don't have one yet.
The majority consensus is it's the song Motion, right? And why is that? And why is that? Because Motion is the only one with a profound hook on the song. All the other songs really don't. It's just kind of like whatever, like random stuff. But Motion has a song structure. That's why everybody likes that song the most. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad album. It's just I think people are just thrown off because it's like it's not catching everybody.
Even if that was the case. So you mean to tell me people don't like this album because there's no hooks? There's no hooks. That's the main reason why people don't like this album.
I feel like subconsciously, yes. They might not know it, but I feel like that's the reason why some people might
now let me flip it. Now, if the nigga started to sing like Drake, everybody would have a problem with it.
Yeah,
everybody would have a problem with it. Oh, Nas is singing now? You think he's Drake?
I don't know. I ain't hear him sing on this album, so I don't know.
Rewind had no chorus. He was doing a story backwards. That he had no chorus last time I checked.
No, but I'm saying, of course he has songs without hooks. I'm just saying, 99% of this album is just verses. It's just verses. There's no real song structure on any of the songs.
The real issue is people are tired of Hit Boy and Nas collaborating. That's what it's about. And even though to me he's dropping his best music since Stillmatic, people are tired now. We seen him do what 4 albums with Hit Boy. You know what I'm saying? He's done the trilogy, the King Disease trilogy, Magic and Magic 2. So that's 5 albums altogether. They are burnt out with Hit Boy. That's the real issue that nobody wants to say. I don't even think it's about the album. It's about they want to see Nas.
I'm burnt out by 20 fucking producers in an album, and there's like 9 songs on the fucking record. I'm burnt out by that. To be real with you,
I hear you, but if my whole thing is if he's in a good space now where he can drop every year, What is wrong with that? We wanted this from Nas forever. He's never dropped every year. It was always a couple years, and he gave us mediocre bullshit like Hip Hop Is Dead and Nasir and Untitled. You know what I'm saying? We've been wanting.
You don't even
this
know how to
from
spell
Nas.
Hit Boy. You don't even know how to spell Hit Boy right, Dartmouth. Shut up.
The same way Jay-Z was dropping every summer, Nas could have did the same thing, and he didn't. And now he chooses the time to come out every year with shit. He's in a good place. He even said it in that Hot 97 interview with Ebro that he's not looking to work with Pete Rock and Premier and all the other big name producers. He's in a good place right now in his life with it. So why isn't the Nas fans supporting what he's doing?
Power 800. There's really no profound hooks on this album. It's a lot of bridges and a lot of rap, like just raps and stuff like that. There's really no profound like looped hook or anything like that on the album, which is not like, it's not a problem for me, but I understand why like something like that could throw people off for saying like, wait, what is this? Like, I don't know if I feel this or not.
Because why? Because
his bars are still crazy on this album though.
Because you know what it is? Because this generation of hip hop, every fucking verse, every line is a chorus. You don't even know where the real verses are. Right. That's why they're not used to it.
Exactly.
But I hear what you're saying, Kaveh. I'm not disagreeing with you. I hear what
let me remind people, Hit Boy was a big producer before he worked with Nas. He's done many other hits for other people. So it's not like Nas made him any better. If anything, I think Nas put him on that radar for the rest of America to notice his work. But he's already done shit before, linking up with Nas. He's not no new producer.
Yeah, even that song with 50 Cent, like I fucks with that song heavy, but 50 Cent verse was mad short. Then he started talking through half of the song, and there was no hook.
Yeah,
like if he had a hook, in a song structure, that song would have been classic.
Even 50 hasn't done music in how long? He hasn't dropped shit in how long? He's rusty still? You know what I'm saying? He's been focused on the Power Universe, so he's not even the star of that song. To me, it's still Nas. You know what I'm saying? But it was just good to hear 50 back again on a song, just to hear what for people that's not familiar with this, because the generation coming up don't know 50 Cent for his music. They know him for the Power Universe. They don't know him for In the Club and Wankster and I Get Money and all that. Yeah. So it was good to hear him on the track again. He's mostly doing something with Nas. So he hasn't collaborated with Nas in years.
Yeah, I was excited.
That's the first time he collaborated with Nas.
I was excited about his verse. I even liked the little 8 bars he did, but I was just kind of disappointed when he stopped rapping and just started talking. I was like, come on, man.
And that video came out today. The video for Office Hours is out now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's the new single. But it was just good to hear 50 Cent again rapping, because I know he still got it in him. The problem with him is he's too focused on television to do music. To me, he keep talking about he's not putting out no new album. That ain't coming out no time soon. Now he has time now because of the whole strike in Hollywood. He could put out some new music now if he wanted to, and he should. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he's gonna do that. But it was just good to hear him, again, collaborating with Nas over Hit Boy track. But he's not even the star of that track.
Well, I'm ready to start with this review whenever you guys are.
Let's go.
All right. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely Sunday? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Trial with me. How you doing?
Yo.
Special guest.
I'm here to defend this album.
Special guest Kaveh in the building. How you doing?
Yo, peace. I'm unprepared because I wasn't expecting to do this today, but I did recently listen to the album a few times, so I have a good idea of what the album is. Well, I know for sure I know what the album is. But like I said, I do not have any notes, so I'm kind of just going to be freestyling it based off of, my memory of the songs.
Okay. Before I start, I want to give a quick rest in peace to Tony Bennett. You know what I'm saying? Dope vocal jazz artist, passed away at 96 years old. Want to give my quick rest in peace to him. Also, I have a little mini rant I wanted to get over out my chest. I just have to say this. I'm sick and tired of niggas trying to rush a review out of me if they're not donating shit. I'm just gonna be straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers kept asking me, when are you gonna do Nas? When are you gonna do Nas? And everything like that. If Try was my homeboy, I would be like saying, look, I want to do it when I feel like doing it, but fuck, it's Nas. Fuck it. If y'all motherfuckers want me to talk about shit, y'all really have to start donating shit. Because I don't like rushing shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say. You know, but today we're going to talk about this Magic 2. I'm trying to pull up this album cover up. But yeah, trying to pull up this album cover. Give me 1 second. So this album came out literally Friday. Still on the Hit Boy side of things. You know, you kind of got a little bit of what everybody thought of the record so far and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? We all pretty much love it. Now, I'm going to be real. Do I like it as much as the first Magic? I'm not 100% sure on that yet. But at the same time, I'm not saying this album's a disappointment either. You know, this is Nas pretty much in his second run right now with Hit Boy and everything like that. And yes, one motherfucking producer for this whole album. It's not 20 or 30 producers on like a 12-song album and shit like that too. And all the beats sound the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? So you guys said the Office Hours came out with a video and shit too?
Yeah, that came out today.
Okay. All right. I think that's like the only single so far and shit like that. Fuck it. All right. Speaking of 50 Cent, him and 21 Savage are the only guest appearances on the album, which I feel like 21 Savage wasn't really needed, but I respect it. That's all I'm going to say. We'll talk about that when we talk about it. All right. So pretty much when it comes to Magic 2, he pretty much dropped an album cover. This album cover, no, it was an Instagram post. It was like some rainy shit on the Instagram post. And of course, we all know that whenever somebody does some shit like that, they're going to drop an album and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're about to drop an album. And then about 3 or 4 days earlier than Friday, it was revealed that he's going to drop some shit on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas don't promote shit. They just say, wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to drop an album. And everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with that. The album cover is pretty dope. I actually like the album cover and everything like that. You know, this album cover is pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. This album has 11 songs. No, let's just get right straight to the point, because yeah, I guess we're all ready to talk about this record. So track number 1 is the intro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the intro pretty much sets the whole tone of the album. You have Don Magic Juan. You know, he's like a pimp, hip-hop personality. He does like the spoken word intro and everything like that, talking about, you know, why he's hip-hop. You know, hip-hop is here to stay and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? So I actually like the intro. You know, I didn't really know what Don Magic Juan until I actually did my notes on this album. So yeah,
I like it. I think you know, him saying, you know, everything about hip hop is him, and he's the #1 Mac in the country, and you know, he was cool. I don't know if he was needed for the intro. I think it could have been a different intro for this album, but you know, it was all right.
Yeah, I feel like the intro, it was a little weird when I first heard it. I'm like, oh, what is this? It sounds like something he just found and just threw it on as an intro kind of thing. But I mean, I have no real opinion on it. It was all right. I could have done without it. I could have done with it, whatever. Like, that's how I kind of see it.
exactly. As long as it sets the tone in a good way, that's all that matters. Because I've heard some trash intros and hip hop albums, not just hip hop albums over the years. So yeah. All right. Track number 2, Abracadabra. Love this record. This is pretty much what the vintage Nas Hit Boy sound is. You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows what Abracadabra is. That's what magicians say when they about to do a magic trick and everything like that, which goes well with the title. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope song. You know what I'm saying? I love this song as well. I don't mind seeing this as a single as well too, but hey.
It had a trappy beat to it though. It was real trappy. You know what I'm saying? He had a different flow on it. It was alright. It's not. This is the Nas I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear Nas on trappy shit like this though.
Yeah.
Like give me all the other solid Hit Boy production. I didn't care for, you know, I know what he's doing when he does shit like this. You know what I'm saying? I know he trying to cater to the young generation, but again, it's up to the young generation to Google who this man is. He's a hip hop legend. You're looking at a man at 50 years old dropping the best music of his career right now. They need to Google who he is. I don't feel like you need to cater to them at all. But I know what he's doing. That's the same thing with the 21 Savage track. I know what he's doing with that. But it don't mean that he needs to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's something that he chooses to do.
I normally would agree with you, Tribe, but I'm gonna have to disagree because I feel like maybe 3 years ago when Nas first started trying to switch up his flow and try to kind of do the modern style kind of rap thing, it was kind of like off-putting. But I feel he has perfected it and I feel he's gotten really good at it. And on this song, I felt he displayed like the perfect balance of like the modern flow with just being the Nas himself flow. And I like how he combined that on this one track. So I didn't mind the whole trappy feel to it. I did like the beat. And again, this is one of the songs that actually had a profound hook on it. And I did like this song a lot. Thought it was pretty good.
Definitely. All right. Next song we got is Office Hours featuring 50 Cent. Let's talk about this song because this is like one of the most talked about songs for a lot of reasons. For one, this is pretty much the first song Nas and 50 did. And if you guys know the history between those two rappers, you know, they had a beef. They were cool with one another, like when 50 Cent was in his earlier stages. If I'm not mistaken, when Nas did Ether, 50 was in the same studio with him, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I heard stories. But then they had a beef. They had a beef with when they did that Picky Banks song. I think Nas was riding with Murder Inc. and they had like a little falling out at that time too. And everything like that. Thank God Nas didn't sign with Murder Inc.
There was rumors that he was gonna sign with Murder Inc.
Yeah, definitely. But other than that, you know, I think they squashed it now. Now, when it comes to 50 Cent's verse, a lot of people were just kind of disappointed with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he did his thing, but I can understand why people say they didn't care for it too much. It was better than 21 Savage's verse, which again, we'll talk about that when we do. You know what I'm saying? But Nas was just flawless. You know, I love the line when he says that big necklace shit after the 80s, after Rakim, I resurrected it. Chest is lit, freezing, I'm polar vortexing it. Got it, quiz me, and I'm going to step up the business. A lot of feelings in this game, like I just left the dentist. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track right here. You know, yeah, definitely a very dope track. I would say 50 Cent's verse might be an acquired taste to some people, but hey.
I think it was a dope ass track. 50 verse was okay. It wasn't great, but like I said, it was great to hear him again relevant in music because that's something that we haven't said in a long time. And especially, you know, doing something again with Nas, and it was great to hear him on the track, but he didn't have a great verse. I'm still going with Nas. When he said, and for those who want my position, you got to step inside a time machine, come back with a vengeance. You should go study my analytics. I shot at people in verses who didn't deserve it. When it's turf, should I stand on business? Kill that track. Killed it. You know, and I love the reference that he made to Godfather 2 with the whole Fredo thing. You know, oh, one thing I hate is a fucking Fredo. It's bad for the family. That's a reference to Godfather 2 and all the bullshit that Fredo was doing. when Mike took over the family. But I loved it. I think it's a great track. It's definitely one of my favorites on here. And like I said, no, it wasn't the best 50 verse, but it was good just to hear him back in music on the track because I haven't said that in forever, in years. You know what I'm saying? Especially like for him on a feature, he hasn't done that in forever. So that's just seeing him and Nas again, two Queens legends. That was dope.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite joints on the album, man. The beat was hard, and just the energy of seeing Nas featuring 50 Cent to me it just excited me, man. It made me happy to see. I was glad to hear the song. The bars are immaculate on this. Throughout the whole album, the bars are immaculate. But I think there's two things that I didn't like about the song. One, obviously, that 50 Cent verse was short, even though I did like his verse. And second, there was no fucking hook, man. And I wish, and I felt like this song could have been like a super classic, like that I could come back and listen to over and over again if it just had like a hook. And and one more thing, the whole Fredo thing. I'm not gonna lie, I had to Google what the fuck a Fredo was because I was kind of lost. I'm like, why the hell does he keep saying?
See? Godfather 2, you gotta watch that.
I'm like, and I seen it, but I'm not thinking of Godfather 2 like when I'm hearing him.
Shout out to Mike on that dope Godfather breakdown, by the way.
Yeah,
so I'm saying
we did a whole breakdown.
So I'm hearing it, and I'm like, why the fuck does he keep saying Fredo? What is that shit? So I just Googled it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I understood it then, but I'm still not sure if I like that he like OD with the word Fredo in the song, but that's just nitpicking. But overall, I fuck with the song.
What did Shaquille O'Neal say to us when that second album came out? We don't need no hooks. This song don't need no hook. It's
so now you're quoting Shaq now?
You damn right. They're still the best NBA player to
wow.
Rap. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. We don't need hooks for every song. You don't need a hook for every song.
You don't. And I'm not saying you do, but sometimes it's like necessary, especially like if you have a whole album and there's maybe only 2 hooks on the album, then you kind of got to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
How many times does Griselda drop hooks in these songs? They don't do that often.
I don't listen to Griselda, so and that might be a reason.
Wow.
Like, subconsciously, that might be a reason. I don't know. But I'm not saying I don't like Griselda. I just don't listen to him.
Man, Griselda be dropping songs for 1 minute and 30 seconds and shit.
Yeah, and without no hook. It just speaks and rhymes, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And people love it. I don't see what's the difference with why Nas need to drop hooks on his song.
But where are they though? Like,
what you mean? Where are they?
Griselda is dope, but they still like they still never really passed a certain mark from where they started.
They have the market. The thing with I don't know, that's all on them. I don't know if they want to be too mainstream because like they've been on Jimmy Fallon, and you're not going to be an underground artist and be on Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm saying? So they've made it, but it like I'm saying,
are there any profound classic albums from Griselda?
Yes, they have classics. They have classics.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I can't.
Is one of the best Westside Gun albums ever. That is a classic.
I can't confirm or deny because I haven't listened to any of them. So,
Tana Talk 3, one of Benny's best albums.
Are they his best albums, or are they actually hip hop classics?
They're hip hop classics in my book. They are the Conway Everybody Is Food series. That's definitely one of his best series ever.
Supreme Blind Tales for me.
Yeah, Supreme Blind Tales is a classic. The early series he did with the Hitler Wears Hermes, I loved it.
Definitely. Jay Electronica just signed to Griselda. Well, it's probably going to take him another 15 years to drop an album. So yeah,
just don't sound like them. I feel like Rome Streets and Estimac, they took on their sound.
And Stove God Cooks too, I think, right?
Yeah, Stove God is with them now. I don't think he dropped yet on Griselda.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. All right. Next song we got is Black Magic. Now this one is a pretty long. One thing I like about this album titles, like the titles definitely have like a supernatural kind of feel to it, just conveying with the magic theme and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely did his thing on this one. This is like one of the songs where you did have a chorus on this record as well too. You know what I'm saying? So Nas, of course, his flow was unique on this one, which does not surprise me because it's Nas and everything. You know what I'm saying? So and it's crazy because Hit Boy definitely used some of the record scratches, piano riffs, shit that vintage Primo would be doing and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is a hot song.
I like it.
Not Focal. Welcome to the stream. My fault.
I think the beat was fire. The piano loop. I love Nas's flow in the beginning, and he said, she having nightmares, sleeping next to me, waking up unexpectedly. Maybe somebody hexing me, questioning lessons of me, protect me from weapons. Loved his flow in that. Again, it's a solid track. I don't even whether he had a hook or not. I still think it was a solid track, and I loved it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling this one. This was the first one I wasn't feeling too much. The first time I heard it, it is kind of growing on me, but the first time I heard it, I definitely was not feeling this one. The sample hook or whatever that was, or that was kind of like spotty throughout the whole song. It just like came at random moments. I wasn't I didn't understand it and I wasn't feeling it. The beat was okay and the flow was alright, but overall the song just was kind of weird to me, so I wasn't fucking with it.
What up, Duke? What up, Antoine? What's goody? Yo, Duke Evans, that's a real hip hop head right there. I like his knowledge. All right.
I like what Not Focal said about he been in the game for 30 something years. He can make a woman song and still be fire. He don't need to do a hook for every song.
You gotta stop saying that. I'm not saying it has to be every song. You guys keep saying that like I'm saying it has to be every song. I'm just saying most of the songs.
But you're saying, you're saying people don't like the album because he don't have hooks on the song.
I'm not. Yeah, that could be subconsciously why people are not feeling the song. They might not even know it. They just know there's something off about the album, and it might not. They might not be thinking, "Oh, because there's no hooks." It's just like there's something off about the album to them, and I'm saying the reason why is probably because there is no real hooks. There's nothing catchy for anybody to catch onto. You know what I'm saying? That's why people might be a little off about the album. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that everything has to have a hook on it.
Right. I think also people are tired of the Nas and Hit Boy collaboration.
Though. I agree with that.
No?
They just want Nas and Primo. That's why they're tired.
Yeah, but you want Nas and Primo. But if that album come out and it's not good, then what? Then what does he do? Because he listened to the fans and he said, "Oh, let me give them what they want, Nas and Primo. If it don't turn out to be a classic, then what?" That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because Primo now, to me, even though I like the album he did with Teflon, I don't feel like Primo is making classic material no more. I don't.
Yeah.
And the same goes for P Rock, and those two are my favorite producers all the time. They're not dropping classic material no more, in my opinion.
I'm afraid of that Nas Primo collab too, because I definitely was not feeling that song they dropped about a year ago.
The joint on the Hip Hop 50 joint, right?
I think it was on that album. I'm not sure if it was on the album, but yeah, the single they dropped about a year ago, and I wasn't really feeling it.
I love them. But they are not in that classic material zone anymore. Like for that to happen, I would need Primo to go in the Gangstar bag and dig deep from the unreleased beats that you didn't use for Daily Operation and for Hard to Earn and Moment of Truth and give us that Nas. Like that album he did with Bumpy Knuckles, The Connection, that was a fire album. Give me an album like that with Nas. Then I would say, yo, that's a classic. But if you're giving me regular beats and it's not that great. It's not up to Nas standards. What are the fans gonna say if that album come out? Then what? And it's no good. Y'all gonna be really disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for me, right now at this point, I'd rather hear an album with Alchemist and Nas, or Apollo Brown, Static Selector, any of those three, even Muggs, any of those four producers, over Primo and Pete Rock. For me, even Derringer, and Derringer got that grimy shit. Y'all want to hear Nasty Nas with Derringer? That'd be crazy.
Shit. You know what? I have to say this. I just have to say this. It's funny how a lot of these hip hop quote unquote heads, they would appreciate any change Drake does in his fucking music, but when an older veteran wants to do something different, oh, is he falling off and shit like that? You know
Why is that a problem? Especially when he's making the best music since Stillmatic, in my opinion. It's the best music right now.
Listen. Because you know there's some people that don't even like Conway's new album like that either.
I haven't heard it yet. But...
Oh, come on. Oh, you
gotta hear it. You talking about the drum work compilation? I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
I have it on my list to there's a lot of albums I've listened to over the weekend, but I'm gonna listen to that. But I haven't listened to say if it's good or not.
Hold on, let me see if we're thinking about the right one, because
and even with Q-Tip, I love Q-Tip.
It's the one he do with album.
Right. I love Q-Tip, but LL Cool J has not dropped a solid album since GOAT. For me, that was 2000. It don't mean because he's working with Q-Tip it's gonna be an instant classic. It might be shit for all we know. So just because he's working with Q-Tip don't mean it's gonna be great. I want to hear it for myself and really see if it's really a good LL Cool J album.
Oh wow! But that one song Q-Tip and LL called "The Force," I do like that song. That little promo scene.
Yeah, I need to hear more than just a teaser.
Yeah,
if it's 10, 12 tracks, I need to hear at least 3 to really like get the feeling of where they're going with this project.
And see, that's the thing, Not Focal. You say you thought it was a classic after a few listens. I'm not quick to always call something a classic. It has to like really sink in with me, but I do respect what you said, talking about it's sonically different.
The problem with this era, people are rushing to label a classic or a movie a classic when it just came out. You say it's like that wasn't even in our thought process 30 years ago. When Ready to Die came out, nobody was saying, "Oh, I can't believe Biggie dropped a classic." That wasn't even vernacular back then. Nobody thought like that. When I'm 14, 15 years old, I'm not thinking, "Oh, this album is a classic." I didn't care. If I'm bumping it every day, then it was one of my favorites. That's what mattered. It wasn't about, the thing is, there was no social media back then. There was no internet. So we didn't have these discussions with people that we couldn't see and debating about albums and shit because we didn't care about that back then. You know what I'm saying? You had like, you were talking about it amongst your friends, either at school or on the block, and we were having those debates with ourselves about, I think Biggie should drop this video for Unbelievable or for Machine Gun Funk, shit like that. We never said, this is such a classic album. Nowadays, when you on the internet, you on social media, everybody is quick to label a movie. Oh, this movie just came out. Barbie's a classic. You know what I'm saying? I think Nas' new album is a classic. I don't have that thought process, yo.
Everyone keeps talking about this Barbie movie. I keep hearing that shit at fucking work, man. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this album just came out on Friday. Already people already calling it trash or it's a classic. Like, you gotta live with these albums for years. Years. Not for a couple of days or a couple of hours. You know what I'm saying? When Cuban Link dropped in 95, we had to live with that for a whole decade before people started calling that album a classic. Nobody was calling that a classic the day that it came out.
I don't know about a decade. I'll say about 5 years. I don't know about a whole decade, bro.
Yeah, but you know what I mean though. Like 5 to 10 years, when you discuss it, when you done discussed it amongst your peoples, and then you see like the magazines and the TV stations and shit, and how that album affected the genre and the peers within that genre, and how it moved the culture. That's when you know it's a classic. Not when an album come out an hour later and this is such a classic album.
yeah.
That's what's fucked up with social media nowadays with these albums.
So Power said, I think people's problem is people are rushing in general. I do agree, because it's like when we talk about
everything.
Let me say something, please. Because I feel like, where everybody keeps saying, I wish hip hop was more like this. I feel like people are just jealous because the music was just better back in the day. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. The music was just better. Like, if you think about an album like fucking Low End Theory from Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip mostly did all the production, right? Then you have an album like fucking Lil Uzi Vert's, like that Pink Tape. How many producers are literally on that album? How many different sounds can one define from that album? Where like an album like Midnight Marauders had that one general sound that people just resonate with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with the Nas and the Hit Boy run, people are really looking at it now and just like, hey, now it's like it's like a whole fucking sound. It's like one producer just doing everything. Like, I've heard people even say they are the gangstar of today. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that fucking far, but hey, that it's just I'd rather have a sound based on literally one producer, or maybe at most 6 producers, than an 8-song album with 20-something producers and all the beats sound the fucking same and not aged a bit.
I do love the Nas and Hit Boy collab. I do, but I have asked myself, when is it too much? Like I'm scared that like stuff like this is happening where people are like now saying Nas is falling off because they don't like this album. So I always ask myself, it's like, come on, Nas, like you're at the height of your game right now. You might be doing a little bit too much. Like, slow it down just a little bit. Let people enjoy all those King Diseases and the magic you just dropped. Let it marinate, man.
Well, if you think about like all the great rappers, like think about Kane and Marley Marl, or even Easy Mo B, Too Short with Ain't Banks and stuff like that. Hell, I'll even say RZA with half the Wu-Tang. How many times people have said, is this too much? Is this too much? Is this too much? And shit. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you one bit, but I feel like whenever it comes to like Nas or somebody and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like Nas is dropping lyricism. An elder statesman in hip hop still dropping mad heat. You know what I'm saying?
But he has put out how many albums in the last 3 years? Like almost 5 or some shit?
Exactly. Hell, look at Redman and
a lot. That's a lot, bro.
Look at Redman and Eric Sermon as well. How many beats Eric Sermon did for Redman? Did people say it was too much then?
Bro,
no, but I'm saying like it wasn't like 5 Redman albums in 3 years. That's what I'm saying. It's like
you think that's a lot? Fleet Lord dropped 12 albums, 1 album for every month.
Yeah,
with producers like Havoc, with producers like Pete Rock. Okay, 12 albums a month, album a month for the whole year. I'm pretty sure a lot of people stepped on those albums.
Who are you talking about?
Fleet Lord.
And that's why, though. That's what I'm saying, because people don't get a chance to appreciate the out. Like you said, he dropped 12. People are not getting a chance to appreciate like the 5th album because he just keeps dropping new shit. That's what I'm saying.
My thing is a lot of these hip hop heads from back in the day, from our age group, are too spoiled. They're too spoiled on the 90s shit. So when you have Nas making the best music, once again, making the best music of his career since Stillmatic, they want that type of Nas from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hip hop heads that I know, a lot of group chats that I'm in, where they are spoiled off of the 90s, and that's it. They refuse to listen to shit from the 2000s or from the 2010s or even now. I saw somebody say this is the worst ever. This is not the worst ever. They are great. There's many artists dropping solid dope music in this era, just like they did in the last decade and the decade before that. The problem is a lot of you hip hop heads are spoiled from the 90s that they refuse to listen to anybody out right now. So when I say people don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I could be speaking another language. That is another issue right now with hip hop heads from my era. They are too spoiled on the 90s and they want everything to be like the 90s. A lot of these artists are living in a different state of mind. Jay-Z is a billionaire. He is not going to talk about flipping bricks and Marcy projects.
Exactly.
He is not doing another In My Lifetime volume. That is gone. Nas is not no more in Queensbridge. We are not getting another Illmatic ever again.
And I keep telling people
they gotta move on from that. This is what I'm talking about. When we talk about the same artists over and over, Nas, Jay, Biggie, so on, it's tiring. Get over that era and live in the now.
Yeah, I think that's another. I agree.
A lot of these heads, yo.
I agree with you on that, but I think that's a totally different topic of what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, as far as like, kind of like oversaturating yourself, you know, and not letting like the classics, which were King diseases, you're not letting them breathe.
I think. Listen, we all there's a lot of artists right now in this era that are dropping continuously. Currency is one of the overrated artists from New Orleans, dropping heat every time he comes out, whether it's a mixtape or EP, an album, a flawless discography.
They could be, but they're getting overlooked, like you just said, and the reason why is because they continuously keep dropping.
But that's been going on since the 2000s. I was doing it. The Lox was doing that. How many times Jada and Styles was coming out with an album, and then the next week they're dropping a mixtape? That's been going on. Who wasn't doing that? State Property, G Unit, Dipset. They were all doing that.
I mean, mixtapes and albums are a little different, but I guess.
But if you drop an album, Cavace, if you drop an album tomorrow, and next week you drop a mixtape or you drop an EP, you know what I'm saying? It's like they've been doing that for years now. This is nothing new. It's not like Nas is doing something anything new. What is the point that I'm missing? Like, so because it's wrong for now to drop 5 albums in 3 years that are all fire albums at that.
They're studio albums. I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong, but I do question myself. I'm like, damn, when is it a little too much? Like, when do you kind of chill and fall back and let?
But why does he need to fall back? He's in his second lifetime as an artist, dropping the best music in the last 5 years.
Because things like this because things like Magic 2 is happening where majority of the people for some reason are not feeling it. Even though I'm not necessarily saying I don't feel it. I think it's cool, but I'm also cool with not having Magic 2. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I think Magic 2 is cool, but overall, I think I would be perfectly fine if this album never came out at the same time. And that's not trying to diss Nas because Nas is my GOAT, but I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I'm looking at the overall project of Magic 2 and I'm like, all right, I fucks with it, but you know, also it's like, all right, I could have done without it, you know.
Because you want Primo or Pete Rock.
I
want people to remember this conversation.
I actually don't, and I already said. I said that already. I do not want.
If he does do an album with Primo, and it's not good, I want y'all to remember this conversation that we had tonight.
I do not want Primo and Nas at all.
Remember I told you so. Because if it comes out and it's whack as fuck, then what y'all gonna say?
I actually don't. I think Nas should just chill for like 2 years, tour off the music he has already, and then come back. I don't feel he needs to come back every 6 months.
So it's okay for Westside Gunn to put out, or Conway or Benny to put out a lot of projects in 1 year, but Nas can't do that.
They are not Nas. Like, Nas is Nas. Conway and them, they still on their grind. They have a long way to get to where Nas is.
No, they don't. They've already proven. They've already done it. I don't think they have a long way.
What? You're putting Conway into the Nas category?
As far as the East Coast sound that we were missing for so many years when it was all about the South, and you had our own people was complaining, oh, you got Fat Joe and Fabulous and artists like that trying to do what the South was doing, but we lost our sound for so many years. Okay? We actually got that sound back because of Griselda. They've been putting out a lot of heat for many years. They're already proven to me. They're already proven that, they don't need to prove nothing else to me. They got it. And a lot of other artists that they collaborated with, they got it too.
I mean, I'm not necessarily sure if I could put them in the Nas, because I think
I'm not putting them in Nas category as far as lyricism, but for what they've done for bringing back that boom bap and gritty East Coast sound, they've done it already. They don't got nothing to prove to me.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely dope artists. Yeah, they prove that they're dope artists, but I'm just saying, as far as like, we're talking about stature, we're talking about Nas is like an elite top tier icon, and Griselda is just they're dope art. They're just dope
the
artists.
Only one from the 90s that's dropping quality music right now. Nobody else is doing that from his era. That's my whole thing.
I agree. I agree with that. I don't have no beef with that. But I'm just saying, Griselda, yes, they have proved themselves that they're dope, but they have not proved themselves as far as a Nas status. So they still have to. What I'm saying is, because you're saying that what's wrong? Why? Because you're saying because you're saying that Griselda keeps dropping music, and why can't Nas? Because Griselda still has to get to Nas's level. Nas doesn't have to keep doing that.
No, but I'm saying, if you can have an artist, if people feel like Currency and Griselda ain't on Nas's level, but they continuously drop projects every year in and year out, why can't Nas do the same? And he's a better lyricist than them. Why can't he do the same thing like them?
Because he really doesn't have to. That's what I'm saying. Because he's not.
He doesn't have to, but he's doing it. He's doing it now. He's proving us like, I can come out every year with a solid album with Hit Boy, and it's dope. And it's still gonna be revered in his discography as some of his best shit ever.
I don't know. Up until Magic 2, yes, everything's been pretty solid.
Magic 2 just came out on Friday. How could you even say it's a whack album? It just came out.
I'm not saying it's a whack album. I'm just saying that for me, it's okay. For me, it's okay. I think the bars is crazy, but the overall songs were just okay. They're cool. You know what I mean?
Well, let's just finish this review up and find out where everybody stands with the album. To be honest with y'all,
all right.
Because we still have about 8 songs left.
Yeah, we got one of the best songs up next. Motion. That's my shit.
Yes. Motion. That's the next track right here. This is actually my favorite song on this album, believe it or not. Vintage Nas right here. Love the way he rolled this beat and everything like that. It's more like a braggadocio kind of song, you know what I'm saying, where he's just braggadocio, where he just spits hot fire, witty wordplay as well too. You know what I'm saying? I love that line where he says, West Coast shit, nigga overdoses, Imperial pistols, ferocious explosive, East Coast shit, motion like Flair Flav, and that I ain't no joke vid, and I ain't gotta say a word because they know I see Entourage out in Turks and Cackle. I was like, come on.
Yo, nobody is spitting like that. Like, yeah, that's crazy.
I like it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs here. Like the eerie melody, the creepy strings, the beat, and you got Nas saying they need to bring back beheadings, guillotines for guys, get whacked like medieval times. They're not ready. When we touch, leave everything deady. Quit trying to stop us. You can't, like my man said. I loved it. I think it's a fire, solid track. And I don't see nothing wrong with this track at all. I mean, if anybody got an issue with this track, y'all gotta let me know because I think it's fire.
Hey Tim, what's up, man? I've been seeing you in a minute. What's up?
So you already know this song is one of my favorite joints on the album. Probably my favorite on the album. Definitely my favorite on the album. I'm not even gonna cap. Fire song all around. The beat is crazy. You got a hook on this joint. The bars is immaculate once again. And yeah, man, just a 10 out of 10 for me on this song right here. And can we end the debate? I know the whole Jay-Z and Nas thing is still going on. Who's better?
Oh,
Who's
Lord.
better? Like, come on, man. Nas is still giving you this kind of like
Yeah.
people gassing up that God did song or that Jay-Z verse.
No.
To me, it was super mid. That verse was super mid. They're acting like it was the greatest Jay-Z verse of all time. What Nas is doing right now is some of the best bars Nas has ever given you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, late in his career. Like,
Yeah.
so let's end this debate. Like, who got the better bars, Nas or Jay-Z? It's Nas.
I love both of them. I still feel like Nas won the war with Ether. That's all I need to hear.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to their discography, they're neck and neck for me. But now Nas is in the lead because he has dropped 5 albums in 3 years with Hit Boy, and it's better than the recent shit that Jay-Z got. Y'all can't tell me 444 is better than any of this shit that Nas got with Hit Boy, because it ain't.
Nah.
I love,
you know what I'm saying? Like the younger generation, 444 is their Reasonable Doubt. But I was there before Reasonable Doubt when he was dropping I Can't Get With That and In My Lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Before that shit dropped, and then Dead Presidents and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Nas he's better than Jay. He already proved that.
All right. Next song, Bokeem Woodbine. Now this generation might know that name as quote unquote evil Dave Chappelle. But Bokeem has been some of the best hood movies. You know, Jason's Lyric, he was on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Strat. Y'all know about Strat. Yeah, that's my shit.
Devil. Yes. Remember Devil?
Oh shit! He was in that. He was in that. Yeah.
You know, yeah, but
I didn't like Caught Up though. I didn't like that one.
I didn't like Caught Up. No, I didn't like that.
It was so bad. It was so bad. It's good. It's one of those movies.
That soundtrack was bad too. Dead Presidents. Yeah, he was in that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was
one of his best roles.
Snitch Reverend.
Yeah.
Cutting heads off in Vietnam and shit, nigga. Like,
right? Yeah.
But this one was a pretty dope track. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track. Again, love the wordplay and everything like that. You know, you have the references to Kool G Rap, and you know what I'm saying, reference to Tony Montana, Scarface, and everything like that. So yeah, man, I fucking love this track.
It had like a dancehall reggae sound to it, like the beat was fire.
Really?
You know, I love the reference to Bokeem Woodbine, and you know when he said this is rock star status, Neil Young with the bounce. I know that make you feel uncomfortable and make you say ouch. That technically is a chorus because he said it more than once in the song. So there's your chorus, people. Y'all wanted choruses from Nas. Here's your chorus. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a fire track though.
Yeah, I was a little thrown off the first time I heard the song. I was a little weirded out about it, but it grew on me. The second time I listened to the album, I'm like, yo, I actually fuck with this song. I like the bop on it. The beat was cool. I felt the bars. Yeah, the bars overall on this whole album, the bars are there. It's just because it's Nas. Like the bars are just there. But yeah, it was a cool song. It was a cool song. I'm fucking with it.
BJ said, I still got Jay ahead of Nas. I don't know if Nas has 4 albums better than Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, Black Album.
I don't even want to debate that, right? Because that's going to be a whole nother topic. I don't even want to debate that. I like Nas got one good album.
Out of the 10 years I've been on YouTube, never have I gotten a headache over a review. Out of the 10 years, I mean, so many opinions. That's all I have to say. You know, I'm still waiting. I sent you the link, BJ, but you know, I don't think he's coming.
Of course, he ain't showing up.
Oh gosh. Okay. Next album, Earvin Magic Johnson. You know, this song is about the
great, the GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah, this song is a tribute to the basketball player Michael Jordan. Let me stop. Yeah. Very, very, very dope track. What I got from this track right here, he's comparing the chemistry to Hit Boy to the golden era of the Lakers and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Then they just drop a new movie about the Lakers too, right? On HBO Max.
That's a series. That season 2 is coming out.
Okay, I saw the promo of it today and shit like that. I was like, okay,
that's a good show.
But,
I watched season.
Okay, cool. I might give that a shot too. You know what I'm saying? You said it's on HBO Max.
Yes. Now that's a show I wouldn't mind discussing, since that's a show that I actually like compared to Cheers and all that other bullshit you want to talk about.
Okay, question: how many shows have we discussed that you like though? I'll wait.
I can't remember, man. We did a lot. I can't remember.
Oh yeah. Oh, but you can fucking remember. Damn, review haven't even fucking done yet, right?
You're damn right. Because I know I ain't gonna like it.
I do one fucking white show. Niggas lose their fucking minds and shit.
You did more than that, but who's counting? You did more than that.
I'm just saying, every time I do a motherfucking white show, niggas lose their minds. Not this is the same shit I talked about. Different World, Rock, Martin, Living Single, and shit like that.
Yeah.
Damn, nigga.
Those are good.
Shit. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say. Anyway,
I love it. Magic Johnson, one of my all-time great favorite point guards ever, a legend. The Lakers, a legendary
Honeymoon, white show.
Honeymoon
is a white show you like.
Yes, it is.
Shit.
Yeah, it is. Yes. The baseline.
I don't want to hear all that shit, nigga.
I love what Nas said. Worth the have, worth the dilla. Milk D, I'm top villain. Cooking soul, grandma skillet. In the red is my quotes, trying to make me out the villain. Have you jammed up like what you spread on toast? Here's a dose of that interesting poetry. Ooh. Others wishing they wrote. We don't smell y'all smoke. Y'all should try a different approach. Come on.
I don't hear Jadakiss spitting that shit.
Who is dropping the best music at 50 years old?
I don't hear Jadakiss spitting shit like that.
It's definitely not Jada. Not him. I love Jada, but he ain't got the discography like Nas. And I love the reference that Nas made to Pat Riley calling plays we just scored. This is a banger right here.
Damn, I'm put on mute.
Okay. You should be put on mute.
Okay. Nah, all right. So yeah, I got some things to talk about real quick, man. All right, so this song, boom. As soon as the beat played, I'm like, what? Well, let me break down the hits. Well, no, I'm gonna break this down first. So as soon as the beat played, I'm like, holy shit, Hit Boy did it again to me. So what I'm talking about is, if y'all don't know, I'm a music producer.
Oh yeah, and you're a dope producer too.
Thank you, appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And on the first Magic album, there's a song called "The Truth," where Hit Boy made the exact same fucking beat that I made before that album came out.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Hit Boy did the same beat as me. Like, how is this possible? How do we use the sample the same exact way? Like, how is this possible? So I'm like, boom, whatever. So now we're at Magic 2. This song plays and he uses the same exact sample as me, the same exact way on this song. And my beat was called Ron O'Neal. This beat is called Irvin Magic Johnson. So immediately I'm like, yo, Hit Boy must know who I am, or he must be watching me or something. I don't know how else. Like, how is this happening?
So you're not putting your beats on SoundCloud or anything?
The beat that this Magic Irvin Johnson is on Bandcamp right now. You can check it out.
That could be it. Maybe he heard it on Bandcamp.
The beat tape is called Black Sportation, and the song and the beat is called Ron O'Neal, and it's on Bandcamp right now. But he did the same sample the same exact way, and it just blew my mind. So it kind of makes me sick hearing this song, because I'm like, damn, this is my beat and no one knows it. But other than that, man, yo, it's a dope song, man.
Oh, BJ's here. Finally, BJ, you need to show your face and speak your truth on why you think Jay-Z got 4 great albums and Nas only got 1.
No, I didn't say that. Can you hear me?
You said Jay-Z have 4 albums that Nas can't beat?
No, I said first Nas is in my top 3. Let's just put that out there right now. He's in my top 3. I said he doesn't have 4 albums better than Reasonable Doubt,
What makes you say that?
Blueprint, Black Album, and Hard Knock Life. Name 4 albums. Nas albums better.
He has Stillmatic. He has Godson. He has the stuff that he dropped with Hit Boy. And I Am. I Am is severely underrated.
The only album he has is better than any J album is Illmatic.
No, I disagree. I totally disagree.
Wow.
So you're saying Illmatic is the only album that you think Nas can beat Jay-Z with?
Maybe it was written.
Maybe it was written. Have you listened to It Was Written? Do you not know the bangers on that album? I Gave You Power, Shootouts, Affirmative Action, Live Nigga Rap. Do you want me to go through the whole track listing?
I feel like he has a better discography.
No, he doesn't. To me,
but here's the
for me, Nas already surpassed him with the stuff he's done with Hit Boy.
Now here's the crazy part. I actually think Nas is a better rapper. But being a better rapper is different than being a better artist. I think Jay's a better artist. He's a better artist.
As far as radio hits, yes, I do agree with that.
That's probably what I should have said. Just to be fair, that's probably what I should have said. I think Nas is
I don't think he's a better artist than Nas. I think they're both great. They're both Hall of Famers. But I have Nas right now ahead of Jay-Z with the stuff he's done with Hit Boy in the last 3 years.
And that goes to show because Jay has 20-something Grammys, Nas has 1. I mean,
that's the Grammys' fault. That ain't Nas' fault. The Grammy got it wrong many times. What's the Rhymes don't have a Grammy.
I mean, that's artists though. That's artists.
That's the Grammys' fault. That's not on the artists. There's no reason why Snoop Dogg had a Grammy for Doggy Style. There's no reason why Busta Rhymes shouldn't have a Grammy for pretty much his whole discography.
So why does Jay have more number ones than Nas? How many number 1 records does Nas have? He's a better mainstream artist than Nas. That's number 1. That's what I said. I just said that. I said he's a better artist.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that. He has more hit records than Nas when it comes to mainstream because he was promoted like that. I don't think Nas was promoted as a mainstream artist like that. He's not that. He tried to do it, and we saw what happened when he dropped shit like "You Owe Me." That should have been on Genuine's album. He's not that artist. Jay-Z is that artist. Nelly is that.
What do you think about what I said?
Huh?
What do you think of that? What I said, Reg? Is that fair?
About how Nas don't have as much Grammy as Jay-Z?
No,
that's the Grammy quote.
No, I said he's a better MC. He's a better rapper. Nas is the better rapper. But I said Jay's a better artist.
Ooh, let me think about this. I'm gonna be real with you.
I mean, it's legitimate. It's a legitimate argument.
I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z, but Nas is a better rapper and artist than Jay. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Yes, Jay-Z, dope artist. He don't write his rhymes. I like that about him, but conceptually, Nas is the better rapper.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah, but let me finish. But Jay-Z is not a lot of people you can really compare Jay to when it comes to style. You know what I'm saying? Like with Nas, I see a lot of tragedy, Gaddafi, or excuse me, Intelligent Hoodlum, mixed in with a little bit of Rakim, mixed with Kool G Rap. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Jay.
And how many artists coming up after Nas was influenced by Nas, like a Lupe Fiasco or J. Cole?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Hell, Jay himself was influenced by Nas. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that. Nas is in my top 3, man. I mean, you're not gonna get no Nas slander for me.
But you're saying Jay got 4 albums that Nas can't compete with?
I did it. I went album for album. I can't. For me, I don't. Those 4 albums.
So you don't think I Am or Stillmatic or Godson can compete with those albums?
No.
Really? Wow. It was written. You don't think It Was Written can compete with any of those albums?
Yes, I said the first 2, and Jay said it in Takeover.
I don't care what Jay
said. And that's the only reason why people think that, because Jay-Z said some shit and now it just made
that's what I think, because I listened to, I just feel that those 4.
Dartmouth, yes, he was influenced by Kane. I forget.
I Am, Stillmatic, and Godson can compete with any of those Jay-Z albums. To me, I don't know, man. I think I Am. For some reason, they shit on it. That is a solid album. Stillmatic is a classic. Godson is an underrated album.
Nostradamus is trash.
Wait, that's why I skipped over it. I said I Am, Stillmatic, and
Nostradamus was not trash. Stop it. Nostradamus was not trash.
I don't think I Am is
Nostradamus is a lot better than Nasir.
Hold on. Who said Godson was trash?
No, Nostradamus.
Like it was
okay.
I'll tell you what, Nostradamus is better than Volume 3. Yeah, I said it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm not going out
there. No, yes, it is. I don't know about that.
No, yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. My problem with Volume 3, I didn't think he picked the right singles, but Volume 3 got heat on there. To me, it's better than Nostradamus.
Yeah,
I love Volume 3. I don't know why people. I'm actually surprised that I'm hearing people don't fuck with it, but I love Volume 3.
It has because these are the weirdos that you meet on the internet. Back in '99, nobody was saying it's a shitty album. That album went multi-platinum.
Yeah, Volume 3 had dope joints, but it has some weak joints too. Let's keep it above.
Yes, it do. But I don't think Nostradamus is better than that album. Now, if you said shit like Magna Carta, I'll be like, yeah, Nostradamus is better than Magna Carta.
Oh hell, fucking yeah.
Or Blueprint 3, you know what I'm saying? But I think Volume 3 is better.
Worst album. Blueprint 3 is his worst album.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And what about the Dynasty compared to that Queensbridge album?
Nah, we got throw Kingdom. You got to throw Kingdom Come in there too. I don't know.
That was mid. That wasn't a great comeback album.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah, that wasn't great.
That shit was ass. I'm saying as far as like his worst album.
Show me what you got. 30 something.
Not his worst album. Not his worst album to me.
You don't think so?
The Prelude.
That's not his worst album because he still got bangers on it that I like. But compared to Magna Carta, there's only like 2 songs on Magna Carta I like.
You gonna be real? I got Kingdom Come over Blueprint 2, Magna Carta. Hell,
really?
I got Kingdom Come. Yes.
Blueprint 2 should have been a single disc. That should have been one album with 12 songs. That's it.
It should have been a mixtape. It should have been a mixtape.
I hated Kingdom Come. I hated that album.
Ugh. Kingdom Come has some weak shit. Hollywood. It has some weak shit. Hollywood.
I didn't like that shit. There's shit on there too.
But even Jay called that his worst time. I'm just like, really, Jay? Really? You got Blueprint 3 over this shit, nigga?
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
I think his dress might be too tight, but hey. Next song. What This All Really Means. Love this fucking record right here. You know, I don't know if it was just me, but the beat sounded like something you would hear from like the early 2000s, like I Am, you know, some shit like that. I don't know if it was just me. And he even referenced the whole bootleg and controversy with I Am and stuff like that too. He said, I didn't know Nipsey was going to make a documentary about that shit.
I didn't know that either. Did not know that.
Nas is dropping some. He's dropping some tea and shit, you know? But everybody wants to listen to Future and all this other crap and shit. I'm like, fuck it, man. Fuck it, man. I'm sure now. Wait, Antoine, you said Black Album is better than Blueprint 1? Really?
Wow. Hot take.
What the? Y'all motherfuckers are just.
Man, Black Album was amazing, man.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I mean, y'all act like
Black Album has some whack shit too. Get off your shoulder. What's whack?
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that. Song. You're the only one that don't like that song. I don't know why you don't like that joint.
I think that's very debatable.
Yeah, Vase.
Give me Change Clothes over Dirt Off Your Shoulder. Give me that song.
I thought it was fire. I don't know why you think it's whack.
And Neptunes did Change Clothes, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Reg, before you go on, can I ask Vase one quick question?
I mean, we all asking questions at this point, so yeah. You
just real quick, I don't want to go away from the review. Vase, is Jay in your top 5?
Is Jay in my top 5?
He's not. He's not in my top 5, man.
Okay,
but I have some reasons for it. But like,
okay, yeah, we get it to later. I was curious.
Yeah,
I was just curious.
He could have been, but he's just not. He's just not for certain reasons.
Gotcha. Okay. I respect that.
I think this is a phenomenal track. I love the beat. When Nas said ideas come and go away, but I already thought them. So years later, still knew when I go recording. Did a double album and rap double albums was starting. They bootlegged I Am, and then an album I put my heart in. Nipsey made me do a doc about it before he departed. He talked to Stout about it too because he was part of that project. I love that. Now imagine, I still want that documentary. I still want to see a documentary about I Am and Nostradamus and those songs off the Lost Tapes Volume 1 that should have been on that double album. That would have been a classic double album for him. And instead he gave us Street Disciple, but I would love to see a documentary. I would love to see, and I said this on the front stoop the other night on when Sim went live on Friday. I would love for Nas for the 30th anniversary for I Am and Nostradamus to put out the official double album with the original track listing and release it to the fans. We deserve that. We deserve that.
Yeah, I like this. The song grew on me, man. Like the beat was kind of weird at first, but then as it kept going, I was really vibing with it and just hearing him tell the story about a few things. I did wish this one had like a profound hook. This is one of the songs I feel like it could have like benefited, like just with a little break in between verses, with maybe a melodic hook, maybe a singer or something on it, or something like that. I think it could have benefited off it, but overall, it's a decent song. But I felt it could have been better. That's all.
Respect. All right. Next song. Yeah, Slow It Down. This is a interesting song right here. What I got from this song right here is how he feels like at this point in his career he can't slow shit down. He feels like he a rejuvenated passion, and I feel like this is against all the people who say, "Oh, another album with Hit Boy" and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? But is it my favorite song on this record? Not really, but it's not a bad song either. I can respect it.
I think the beat was dope. He said, just throw a nickel at the wishing well rappers. Watch it sink to the bottom, and I wish him all happiness. I like the song. It's not one of my favorites. But again, if this man can't slow down his creativity and he must release stuff right now with Hit Boy, we need to support him. Because he is dropping the best shit in the latter part of his career. This is like his twilight years that we've seen. We've never seen this in rap ever, where a artist at 50 years old is dropping some of his best shit in his career. And if this is what it is, where he's in a good space and he's comfortable with Hit Boy and he's getting his creativity out, we need to support him. The last thing we need to be doing is saying like, oh, I don't like this album, it's whack. The album just came out on Friday. How could you already say that it's a whack album after 2 days? You got to sit with this album for like a week or two before you say that. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree, because songs are still, like I said, songs are still like growing on me, like every time, with every listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They grew on me after the second listen. So you're right. Yeah.
Like this song and this song, this is another one that grew on me. The first time I listened to it, I was like, all right, it's all right. But then, after the second, third listen, I'm like, yo, this is a dope song. It actually reminds me, I don't know, this song gave me, I know a lot of people don't like this album from Nas, but I do. It reminded me of like the Hip Hop Is Dead era of Nas. Mm-hmm. Like I can hear this song on Hip Hop Is Dead for some reason.
Okay.
And like I said, I fuck with that album, and the song is pretty dope. The sample and just the beat and just the whole vibe to it. It had a profound hook, and I was just vibing to it.
Yeah, definitely good points about the song and shit. Yeah, Antoine talked about that Marvin Gaye sample, "Don't Mess with Mr. T." Love that Trouble Man soundtrack. I need to get my hands on that soundtrack. That's hard to come by. Next song was called "Pistols on Your Album Cover." This was paying homage to the Boogie Down Productions album cover, "Criminal Minded," and even "By All Means Necessary" and everything like that. Pretty dope track right here. Pretty much a homage to a homage to like hip hop back in the day. He had a line where he said how he introduced Tupac to Hennessy and
I don't
shit
believe
like
that. I don't believe.
that too. You know what I'm saying? Which I
I
thought
don't
that was.
believe that. I
I
think
don't
these cats
believe it.
really said that
I don't
shit.
believe that either.
Because it was
Oh
Pac
boy.
really that I was the first one that I heard talk about Hennessy in his songs. It wasn't even Nas.
Right. And isn't Tupac older than Nas? I was younger than Tupac, right? How old is
They
Tupac? Like,
they squashed the beef before Pac died in the VMAs, I think.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because Nas was super young when he got on. He wasn't he like 18 or
Right.
some shit?
He's younger than Pac.
Yeah.
He's like 1 year younger than Pac. Not by that much.
Oh, only 1 year?
Yeah. He was born in 72. Pac was born in 71.
Oh, okay.
He
I
looked
How
thought
I
he
younger
knew
was,
than
that on
Pac.
the top of my head, I
for
don't know.
some reason, I thought he was significantly younger
yeah, I
than.
did too. Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that.
You know black don't crack, y'all. Shit.
Nah,
I
but
still
Nas
get
is 2 years
confused.
younger.
I still get
Nas is born
confused
in
on the 18
'73.
and shit.
They're 2 years apart, Reg.
I think this was dope. This had a dope. I love the Keras One sample. You didn't mention that. I like the Keras One sample on the track.
Yeah.
The horns at the end that Hit Boy added, a dope beat. Nas saying there's some thugs in the hood that could have been hoopers, some good girls who turned bad who could have been supers, models, some Dominicanos in Cabo, some with the bloodline, the Lagos, Legos, so many stones in my hand, like those, Italiano, Grazie, Fuego. I like this flow. Dope track. One of my favorites on here.
Correction
Yeah,
73.
I like the creativity with like just the title of the song and how he kind of flipped it
Right.
with the content within the song. Do I like the overall song? It's alright to me, but I do like the creativity he went with it. So I definitely respect to that. The overall song was just alright to me though.
Definitely. All right, now the last song, which is a bonus track, One Mic, One Gun featuring 21 Savage. Okay, so the story with this track. A couple of months ago, 21 Savage made a controversial statement that Nas was irrelevant in hip hop, and everybody wanted to bite his head off, wondering why this nigga didn't get deported yet at this point. However, they both squashed the beat. They both had to sit down and talk, and then they did this song together. And this was released around the time when King's Disease 3 came out. It was like a little solo single, but then he added this as a bonus track. And I'm not gonna hold you. This is like my least favorite song off this album. I like the fact that it's a young rapper and a legend doing a thing. I'm always here for it, but I've never really been a big 21 Savage fan like that, to be real with you. He has some okay tracks, but I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Bob, you're going off of what two members from the Braveheart said. Jungle was the one that was ready to shoot Pac at the MTV Awards. Why would I believe anything he had to say? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe he introduced Pac to Hennessy. They can say what they want. The One Mic, One Gun. I applaud Nas for squashing the beef with 21 Savage and letting the youngin know who he is and getting on a track with him. I understand why he did it. It don't mean I like it, but I understand why he did it. And like again, the young generation need to go back and Google and do your research on who Nas is. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud Nas for doing that. He was the bigger man in this shit.
Yeah. Remember the first song Abracadabra where I was talking about I actually liked how Nas kind of incorporated the modern flow. This is the song I didn't like when he was doing the whole trap modern flow. And it probably didn't help that I'm really not a fan of 21. I don't understand why anybody likes him. I listen to him rap. I'm like, yo, literally anybody in this chat, your auntie, your nephew, anybody could do what 21 is doing. Like, I don't see how anybody thinks he's good. Like the way he raps is like It's like, bro, are you even trying? Like, what the fuck are you saying? So, yeah, I don't get it. So, I'm not really fucking with this song too much.
Not bad. Not Bob.
Oh, go ahead, Rich.
I said not Bob T asking Q what year did Pop talk about Henny.
Don't ask him. What is he? A Tupac historian? What the fuck you asking him for? He wasn't even born.
Well, he knowing a lot of shit.
Vase, I don't understand why Nas chose to work with ASAP, but he hasn't. Why does he work with J. Cole more? I feel like those two together.
He did.
I don't. But more. I mean, it's like I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only done like what, that one song.
Yeah, you would think they would work together more. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's true, but I guess Nas is on his late career run, and I guess he's trying to scoop up, the younger generation, trying to get them in tune to who Nas is and stuff like that. I guess
J. Cole would take away from that, you think?
I mean, J. Cole, he has his niche fan base, which is similar to Nas's already. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, so it really wouldn't benefit too much because people that listen to J. Cole probably already listening to Nas.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like he's a Nas disciple, you know what I mean? Like he's a child of Nas. Yeah.
All right. So after 8 months, we finally got to the end of this review. Overall, I like the album. I feel like this is just a nice album for Nas lyrically. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this was just lyrical warm-ups. Like he was just like doing his thing on this one and everything like that. There were one song I didn't care for, is that One Mic Your Gun. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really care for that. But at the same time, too, I do highly recommend this project. Is it better than the first Magic? I don't know.
Don't even. Well, I don't know. We can't say it yet because it's still new. But right now, no.
I don't know yet because I like the first Magic. That first Magic joint was just amazing. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna let this grow on me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5.
Banging production, great songs. Each song is a vibe. You still had Nas bringing you thought-provoking rhymes. What more do y'all want from this man? Y'all want him to sing on hooks like Drake? y'all want him to do it? You want him to do a whole album with Primo and then it turned out to be mid? You know what I'm saying? What more do you want? This is what people have been wanting from Nas for the last 20 years. And he always delivered with Hit Boy. And I don't think it's any different on here. I think Magic 2 is a solid project. I'm giving it 4 mics. I think it's already one of the best albums of the year. Right up there with Larry June and Alchemist, The Great Escape. Right up there with Killer Mike and Michael. I enjoy it. There's a lot of bangers on here. Motion, Office Hours, Bokeem Woodbine, Irvin Magic Johnson. What does this all really mean? Pistols on your album cover. I enjoy it. Solid album. All those other people that's talking about is whack and this and that. They don't know what they're talking about. They want Nas from Illmatic days in 94 with Primo when he was in his prime. Primo not in his prime no more. We're not getting that Nas ever again. And if we get Nas and Primo, it's not going to be like Illmatic. I'm guaranteeing you that. Unless Primo got unreleased beats that he could go back to, it's not going to be that. So be careful what you wish for. I think people need to support this Nas album that's out now. Live in the present. 90s are gone. We in 2023. Support this album. I think it's 4 mics for me. It's one of the best of the year.
Yeah, I feel like Nas might almost like try to reverse and try to go back to them days if he worked with Primo again, instead of like, because it is obviously some new type of energy he has with Hit Boy. And I feel and it's great energy. So I feel like he kind of should just stay in that lane or similar to that lane. I'm fucking with that. As far as the overall album, I want to give it a 4, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, I want to be difficult and I want to give it a 3.9. You know what I'm saying?
Say what you really feel, man. Shit. We always about truth here, man.
So I'm gonna give it a 3.9, just strictly because it's like I do enjoy the album. I feel like these are the best bars we're gonna get from Nas like ever. You know what I'm saying? Like on this album, he's really spitting on this shit. So like that's a 10 out of 10 off the rip, just the bars alone. The overall songs though, to me, for the majority of them, I felt a lot of them could have been just better songs. And when I say songs, I'm not saying that they're whack. I'm not saying that he's not spitting on them because I already told you that these are 10 out of 10 verses. But just a song format, I guess I'm speaking from a producer mind, but a song format, I feel like it was lacking kind of like the songs could have been better, it could have been structured a little better. So that's why I'm giving it a 3.9. Still a fire album. And yeah, that's my review.
He can't do. Listen, when Jordan left the Bulls and he came back with the Wizards, it was not the same Jordan. You can't repeat history. That's why it's history. He can't repeat what he did with Illmatic. People need to move on from that album. Again, he's not a one album wonder. This man has more than one classic, and we keep talking about Illmatic like he's like some one album wonder.
Well, try. We not. I don't think me or Vase is talking about Illmatic. We just saying.
No, I'm talking about Wally. Wally said something about
gotcha.
Like I'm like Jordan wasn't the same when he was with the Wizards. That's a totally different Jordan.
I feel you.
God, you got people saying the Untitled is better than this album. Y'all are crazy.
You know what album I like of Nas is people sleep on? Streets Disciple.
That was good.
I like that album. I mean, it's not the best double album.
They had some bangers, but they both didn't drop a classic double album. Jay-Z, a double album was trash too.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm glad you said that, Try, because that's one thing Biggie has over both of them. Neither one of them were able to pull off Pop. Yep. Neither one of them were able to pull off
and Bone Thugs and Dipset. Yep. I can keep going. Scarface,
UGK.
That's very surprising that Nas doesn't have a good double album.
Yeah, well, he had one, but
Street Disciple is good. It's not great.
Right. I mean, classic. Yeah.
He had a classic double album. It leaked to the streets.
I don't know. He had a lot of really bad songs, son. That's the only album I really don't like too much is Street Disciples. But I guess I'm like that when I say hip hop is dead. When I say hip hop dead, everybody's like, "What? That shit is ass." I like it though.
Yeah, I didn't like that album either.
I didn't like it. That's just me. I only like 2 songs in
here. Yeah. I like Life is Good too.
Life is Good was good.
I like Life is Good, yeah. I just didn't like that one song where I think Swiss Beats produced. I didn't like that. That was the only song though.
But how do we know Lost Professor would have given him a classic after Illmatic? We don't know that. And Lost Professor was on Stillmatic. He gave him some bangers. Oh, the amount of shit I'm hearing tonight, I heard people saying Untitled is better than this, and Distant Relatives is better than this. Oh, we're bugging.
Yeah, they bugging.
Do y'all know who produced Undying Love on I Am? Was that I Am? Or
yeah, that was I Am.
Yeah, Life is Good was fire.
The Disciple is not no classic. That's it had some bangers, but it ain't no classic double album.
I wonder if Jay-Z has unreleased albums. He probably does.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What time is it? 1:37. Powell said Queen Story is my favorite Life is Good song. I'm not about that.
I love that song.
I like my favorite shit on that album is You Wouldn't Understand. That shit. I love that.
I like that one too.
it's not Stillmatic level. Let me ask you all this. Because we set the bar so high, because we set the bar so high for artists like Jay-Z and Nas, does Nas have to drop a classic every time he comes out? What do you think?
I don't think he does, but he is putting himself out there for, like I said before, when you start dropping way too many projects, you're putting yourself out there to be ridiculed like this.
Yeah, exactly.
But does he have to drop? Does the album have to be classic for it to be good? I don't think it has to be a classic album for it to be a good album.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, you're right.
You think War and Peace was good? Go back and listen to that album. Both of them. That was shit. That was not a great Ice Cube album. I don't know what the hell you listening to. But you don't like this album, but you think War and Peace was better. Wow. This is Hot Take Sunday, bro. The shit that I'm hearing right now.
Yo, Tri-Burrow's gonna need a vacation after this one, man.
I'm defending the album. I think the album is good. I think it's one of the best this year. In December, when we do our countdown, it's gonna be on my list. I don't know how many, if it's gonna be on a lot of your list, but it's gonna be on my list.
Push's album came out last year, right?
Yeah.
That was 22. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to be on my list regardless, because one, it's Nas, and two, there's nobody spitting better than him right now. You know, it's just,
he's
good. It's not good at all. It's not a good album.
Regardless of what I think about the songs, there's still nobody spitting like
right
now.
Or just off the strength of that, he's going to do
right.
Yeah.
I would put Magic 2 against both War and Peace, and it would still be a better album than both of those albums. He said it's a good album. I don't think it was.
So,
hey, yo. I'm gonna stay up for 10 minutes. I gotta deliver something to somebody later on tonight.
Base, why isn't Jay in your top 5? I want to hear why.
It's a long story, man. I don't know if I want to go into it right now with it, but it's all conspiracy type shit, man.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I know what it was. Jay-Z stole a beat from you.
Y'all messy.
Nah, man. It's just Jay-Z has done a lot of sucking shit throughout his career, I feel like. And that's pretty much the only reason why, like, I really can't fuck with him. Like, I try to, but I can't be, like, for some reason, I just can't put him in my, like, top 5 just off the strength of just, like, personality type stuff. I'm not claiming that I know him in real life or anything, but just based off of the stuff I've seen and the way he treated people, the way he has used people over the time, I just don't like how he moves. So that's the only reason.
I have War and Peace, both versions. We already did an album just reviewing that like last year or something. You wasn't here. I love Ice Cube, but those two albums are not good. So don't sit there and say, "Oh, it's not your taste," because you don't know me.
Yeah, the way he did Dame, man, that was messed up.
But it doesn't take away from his catalog. Jay-Z still, I would say he has a top 5 catalog for sure. He's he's one of the best ever. I can't take anything away. The albums, like I said, all the Reasonable Doubt, classic. You know, all the Carters to me, classic. But can I put him in my top 5? No, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't. Just based off of like personal shit, I guess.
Name 3 of your favorite songs from both War and Peace without looking on Wikipedia. Cause I know that's what you can do. You think I don't know that album?
Tri-Burrow is on your heels.
They forget what they talk to on here.
Try thinks all I know is Biggie. He's messing with me about that.
You wanted to talk about Biggie, you get, bro. Like, come on. He got 2 albums. Let this man die and rest in peace.
Oh man. I love
Well,
Wu-Tang too, but I don't talk about my Wu-Tang collection.
I love Wu. I can't talk about Wu 24/7 hours.
Did y'all
This
hear
nigga
that?
tried.
Did y'all hear that
This
Meth
nigga
and Ghost
tried.
song?
Which one?
I think I sent it in the chat.
What's that?
Meth and Ghost got a song together.
Yes, I saw it. I heard it. The Claudine
You
song?
heard it?
Yeah.
That's another one I don't think I want to hear. Shit, like kind of like I don't want to hear Nas and Primo. For some reason, I don't want to hear Raekwon and go. I guess because I'm scared that it's gonna be disappointing because they old now. So
Is it from an album or is it just like a single?
I wasn't sure. I don't know. I think it's just a single.
It's a single.
Yeah.
because I don't like the way Ghostface sound now. His voice is mad different. His energy is a little different now.
What?
Yeah, have you heard Ghostface different? He doesn't sound, and I'm not saying that he has to sound like the vintage crying Ghostface, but it's just not the same energy anymore. I don't know. It's kind of weird listening to him.
All the artists.
Nas sounds the same.
Yeah, Nas sounds the same. And BJ, my top three is Nas in this order: Nas, Biggie, Ghostface. Those are my top three.
There's no argument for me. Yeah, that's solid.
And I try to squeeze like my fourth is Outkast because I can't go one without the other, so I just say Outkast.
Gotcha.
And my fifth is always like I always struggle saying fifth, and the reason why is because I don't want to put Nas in my fifth. So I try to find some other person to put in my fifth.
Rakim is in my top 5.
Okay.
Rakim's my number 1.
Antoine said best Nas collaboration: Fast Life with Cool G Rap or Life's a Bitch with AZ.
Ooh,
Life's a Bitch.
Yeah, Life's a Bitch.
Yeah, I gotta go with AZ, man. Life's a Bitch, man. AZ literally stole the show with that verse.
Does Verbal Intercourse count, or does that count?
Yes, that's a feature. That's an option.
Okay,
that counts.
Yep, definitely.
That might be up there too.
Yeah, one of his best.
Hey, Try, I just texted you, by the way.
I saw it, and thank God, because I'm not in the mood to talk about Van Halen. This is Nas night. I want to talk about Nas right now. Let's give this man his props.
Now I got a better question for y'all. Best Jay-Z and Nas collaboration: Black Republican or Success?
Black Republican.
Really?
Yes, I love that beat.
I got Success.
That's a song that should have had a video for it, because it's like, yo, they squashed the beat after everything that happened, and finally get together and do a track. Why wasn't that song promoted more?
I thought they had a video for that song.
No, there's no video for that.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna say Black Republican because I remember when it came out, and I remember actually shedding a tear listening to that shit because I was so fucking excited.
Shit was monumental.
Yeah,
monumental. And you know what? They sample the beat is from Godfather Part 2. Where the part where young Michael is young Vito was like in that parade and shit. They were playing that music in the movie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I heard so many people rhyme over that, like Joel Santana back in the day when he was really, on his shit. He did a dope ass freestyle of that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy. I never thought they would make up.
Success was cool too. I like Jay-Z's verse on that joint. But I just feel like Black Republican was just so iconic, and it was such a moment in history, hip hop history to me. So
that was from Success was from Magna Carta.
I forget what album that was on.
He was on Nas was on Magna Carta also. He did a joint with him on Magna Carta.
Who was Success on?
That was on what, American Gangster? I forget what album it was. American Gangster. But Nas was also on Magna Carta. I didn't like Magna Carta at all. Don't like it.
Yeah.
I like Tom Ford and I like the Picasso Baby joint and the joint he did with Rick Ross. That's about it. I didn't care for.
I hate Tom Ford.
I was fucking with the beats on that album. There was a few hot beats on that album though. I'm not gonna lie, but I can't remember the songs like that. But the beats, I do remember some of the beats being kind of crazy.
American Gangster. Yeah, he was on American Gangster. That joint too. Yeah, that's a great album. American Gangster was dope.
Yes.
See, that's an album that everybody says is a classic, which it's like, I guess it is. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It just didn't hit me the same way.
Classic though? Is it a classic album?
I love the album.
Everybody thinks it's a classic album. To me, I'm like, it just didn't hit me. It didn't hit me the same way.
It was a good album. I don't think it's a classic album though. But I do feel like that's the album that's closest to anything, relatable to like in my lifetime. I think that would be like a volume 4 if you had to make it.
Did you hear the story behind American Gangster? How all those beats came from Biggie catalog?
Really?
Yeah, Diddy. Yeah, P Diddy was holding on to like all those beats from Biggie, and for years.
From what album?
I guess from whatever Biggie was working on in between the double album and when he died or whatever after he died. But
yeah, I heard that too.
But all these beats were from Diddy, and Diddy would just like he would throw his parties in his house, and for years, like I guess at that time it was like almost 20 years, he's just been playing those beats in his house, chilling. And then one day Jay-Z was invited over to Diddy's house, and he was playing them, and Jay-Z was like, "Yo, I'm working on this American Gangster. Like, this would be perfect for this album." And so Diddy gave him all the beats.
So Biggie had the chance to do Rock Boys, and he never chose that beat.
I guess so.
Wow.
Yeah, Puff made that joint.
That's why I think if you look on American Gangster, P Diddy might be executive producer.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that. I've never heard that
either.
Yeah.
Not using those songs. And Puffy, he put his little signature on it. He didn't actually make the damn beat because he's not a real producer.
Right.
You gotta clarify that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying he made these beats, but he's the owner, rightfully owner of these beats. So he's had it in his possession.
Why wouldn't Biggie chose those beats to rhyme over to? Like those are some fire beats on American Gangster.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have fit on Ready to Die or Like Factor. They wouldn't have fit.
But Player Hater do.
Hey, Player Hater was a dope song. Stop capping.
I never liked that. I never liked that song.
But you like another?
Yes, I like another. Well, another should have been on Lil' Kim's first album. I've always said that.
Yeah, I forget what I was watching, but it was a few months ago. It was an interview. I was watching somebody talk about it. Somebody that's close to either Jay-Z or Diddy was talking about it in the interview. Thought it was interesting.
BP3 was very uneven. It was very trash. I know that. I don't know about uneven.
Dace, what you think of the Life After series?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to finish. I only watched like one episode. I really need to lock in with that and watch.
And that is why when me and Reg did that review on that series, I didn't mention everything in that series because I know everybody didn't watch it yet. I didn't want to spoil it for people that didn't watch it. That's what I was trying to tell you, BJ.
Gotcha.
I mentioned certain things. I didn't want to mention everything that people were saying on here. Fab sample Player Haters. Remember that song? I don't even listen to Fab like that. I can't even tell you what song was that he sampled.
Okay.
I'll be interested to see what they do next. Which album?
Yeah. Anton said I'm more ready to die than Life After Death because the second album got too much commercial tracks.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
what happens when you're a bad boy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a bad boy.
Big didn't want to do that. That was Puppy's idea.
Yeah, that was Biggie didn't want to do Juicy. Remember?
Yeah, he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, Biggie and because I watched a lot of Derek Angeletti, aka the Mad Rapper. He was pretty much the head producer at Bad Boy and the head producer of the Hit Boys. So I watched a lot of his interviews because I like to look at other producers and how they came up and stuff like that. So I watch him and he talks a lot about like the behind the scenes with Bad Boy and how it was like, the upcoming of Mace and how Mace wanted to be the Locks, like in the studio, like they would play beats. He wanted all the beats that the Locks were supposed to get. And then Derek Angeletti was like, yo, I'm looking at you and you're like this pretty boy. And it's like, nah, like we're going to give you bad boy. Like you're going to do that. And Mace didn't want that, but they forced him to do it. And,
Now, see, when Mace first came out, I heard he was the fourth member of the Locks, and Puffy broke them up where it was Mace as Pretty Boy, and the Locks was a 3-member group.
He wasn't necessarily like the official fourth man. He was just like he was around them. You know what I mean? So they would just say it, but he wasn't like officially.
They were freestyling Harlem with Big L in them.
Right. Yeah. And but yeah. Like Mace wasn't lying when he said, I was murdered. P. Diddy made me pretty. Like that's exactly what happened. Like Mace wanted to be the Locks, but they turned him into like, this pretty boy.
I didn't hear. Was Biggie was supposed to be on Don Cartagena? I never heard that.
Yeah, where y'all getting all these damn Biggie rumors from?
Where y'all getting your sources from, Power? Are y'all just like looking shit up on Wikipedia?
Nah, I have heard about, but this is coming from Fat Joe, and I feel like Fat Joe was like the ultimate.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe. Fat Joe said a lot of shit though. He said a lot of shit in the past where him and Biggie made songs for an album. I've never heard that.
Yeah. Fat Joe has been lying for years, and he's been saying, "Yeah, me and Biggie are like twins. We were like the best friends." And I'm like, "Come on, like,
right?
Where was your ass at when him and Pac were beefing? I'll wait."
Yeah, y'all probably chilled a few times and probably were cool, but like right now he's trying to make it seem like they was like fucking brothers. So, like, come on, fam.
Right?
Yeah, he be lying.
This is what to do with pun anyway.
Yeah, so I don't believe a lot of shit that Fat Joe be saying. Honestly,
nah. All right, I'm gonna end off this video right here because I have to go handle something right quick. But this has been an eventful review, honestly. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we're gonna take it to the West Coast. We're gonna talk about an album I feel it's kind of underrated. Snoop Dogg with No Limit, Top Dog. We'll talk about that shit. That's gonna be 10 o'clock tomorrow and everything like that. Also Wednesday we're gonna do Sam Smith and the Lonely Hour. We're gonna take R&B. Yes, I'm actually doing a white R&B artist because everyone, like I say, I don't like white people. Even though I've done Tina Marie, I've done Tina Marie, the whole discography. I've done
You like soul artists. Meanwhile, you don't like Adele. You don't care for Ed Sheeran. You don't really. I don't know where you stand on rock.
Because they're not soul.
They also
Adele and Ed Sheeran are not soul.
Adele is a soul singer. She is a soul singer.
Yeah,
she can sing.
All right. Please,
so I'm waiting for the Adele review to come up.
Well, we can do that on your channel because I'm not.
I already did Adele. I already did that. So you late. I already did that. I want to see you review.
What was my damn invite?
Well, you was working that night, so I had to do it with somebody else. So that's what we did.
Okay. Okay.
That's on Instagram. That's not on my channel. That's on my Instagram. We did that.
Well, just for that, we'll see what happens on Thursday then. Because
what's Thursday? Sam Smith. Okay. Sam Smith.
Sam Smith is Wednesday. Sam Smith is
Wednesday.
Thursday?
What's Thursday?
The Cheers breakdown.
I'm not even gonna be there. I'm gonna just be watching. I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'm not even gonna. I have nothing to say about Cheers because I don't watch the show. So it would be senseless for me to be there. Why am I there?
I mean,
why am I gonna be?
I mean, I didn't. If you just want to just come up there and eat your dinner and show what you ate, that's fine with me. Shit,
talk about the theme song. Oh yeah, I like the theme song. Yeah, Noriega sampled it. Okay, bye.
Shit.
If you look up American Gangster, Diddy is all over the production on this album, on the credits.
Yeah.
The Hitman too, right, Bass?
Yeah, Hitman. Yeah, because the beats are coming from the Hitman, but Diddy buys them and
little, he owns them. Yeah. It's an actual Bad Boy release album that sound fire with the production, but it was on Rockefeller. Picture that. An actual Bad Boy produced album that sounds fire.
That's crazy.
I gotta look more up on that topic. I ain't never heard that shit before.
Yeah,
look it up, man.
I never heard it.
It's out there. I wouldn't lie to you.
Why did Biggie not pick those beats though?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of heat. He was getting a lot of heat thrown to him.
Right.
I think that, man.
Right. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Like BJ said, it was too dark of an album. That's probably why.
Yeah, Biggie was he liked dark beats.
Yeah.
But just to let y'all know, Nas Magic 2. Pick the album up, stream it, whatever you want to do.
Somebody said it's not coming out on physical till next year. That can't be right. Next year, you're gonna make us wait?
Wow.
I don't believe that shit.
Come on, Nas. Mass Appeal, whatever label he's on. I don't even know what label he's on anymore.
He has his own label, Mass Appeal.
Mass Appeal? Mass Appeal got to speed that up. They can't. Who the fuck is waiting until next year to get this on physical? It's bad enough people are already starting to track the album. But they're gonna forget all about this album by next year.
Troy, I think I figured something out with that line before you go, Reg. You think Nas said that line about Hennessy because he's down with Hennessy now?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay. It was like a
because Pac was the first artist I heard talking about Hennessy in the songs. It wasn't Nas.
It'd be like that.
Alizé too. Pac was always talking about Alizé.
Yeah, and Alizé, right?
Yeah.
But I think I think he's always been fucking with Hennessy though, right?
Oh, okay. I just been seeing him down with Hennessy lately. Like he's part
of for years he been promoting them. I remember seeing a commercial going back maybe 10 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's been promoting them for a minute.
The Billboard of film with Hennessy that was up like in 2013 in Times Square.
Okay. Gotcha. I know he got his hands on a lot business wise, but
yeah.
He's turned himself into a great businessman.
Yeah, finally.
Oh,
finally, yeah.
But yeah, this has been a fun review.
Facts.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, appreciate it, BJ.
Give us 400 likes on this. Give us 400 likes on this review. This was an epic one.
For real, hit that like. Hit that like. Share it up. Like and comment.
Post it on Nas's Twitter or Instagram or something.
Right? Let him watch it.
Yeah, word.
Right. Well, other than that, I am going to handle some business right quick, you guys. It's been real. And I'm going to get some aspirin right now. Let me stop. But, you guys be safe. Peace.
All right, man. You too.
All right, peace.
Peace. Peace.
Have a good night. All right, yo.
Peace.